Hey guys, welcome back to Wake Up Podcast. I'm Keitaro.
I'm Alec.
I'm Dylan.
I'm Jordan.
All right, guys. So, how's your day?
It's good.
Yeah.
It's going
Jordan?
Good.
Yes. So you guys want to talk to you guys? Talk about yourself.
well. Sure. I'm Dylan. I go to Vanderbilt out of high school. I do football and I wrestle. I'm a Christian.
Athlete.
My name is Jordan. I'm a Christian. I do online school, and I'm going to be a senior at Sage Creek next year. And I do dance, and I'm on 2 teams.
So for football, what's how do you live through Christ the football? Like football teams can be kind of rowdy and tough. How do you really keep that God mindset and God driven mindset there on
Well,
the
I'm
field?
kind of like a little bit more quiet in
Mhm.
football. But unless I'm out on the field,
Totally.
like during workouts and during conditioning, I'm kind of in my own little bubble.
Uh-huh.
I mainly just just go out as hard as I can. I mean, I only talk game like while I'm on the field.
Totally.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a lot easier than what people would think.
Totally.
You kind of go out there and you don't try to be like everyone else. I
Mhm.
guess you go out there and you just like give it your all, and it's enough to be the best.
100%. And then how about you for dance? Is it like the same kind of environment or?
No, I feel like it's very the dance industry is very worldly,
Mhm.
and it takes a lot to stand out from that.
Yeah.
And I do my best when I'm dancing, especially if I'm not dancing to clean or pure songs.
Totally.
Especially with hip hop and stuff. I make sure I'm dancing my heart posture. I'm not dancing for an audience, I'm dancing for God.
Totally.
And I'm dancing for God, and to invite people to church, I'm constantly talking about my church life.
Yeah. Awesome.
So
That's
good.
amazing.
So going off of that, like Jor, how did you get into the church life? Like,
Church?
yeah.
Well, I was born into it.
Yeah.
So I started going to church when I was born.
And then, what age did you really accept Christ into your life? Because I know a lot of people that are born in the church, they're in there, but they're not like fully in. What
Yeah.
age did you really decide to this is my life.
Yeah.
God is King of all kings.
Well, when I was 9, I said a prayer. I think I got baptized when I was 10. And then I never really started living for God until
Yeah.
I moved here 4 years ago. I started going to
Totally, totally. And then, how about you, Dylan? How did you find God?
Well, I was raised Catholic. I
Yeah.
went to Catholic church a few Sundays every year when I was a kid, and then I think about when I was like 8 or 9, stopped going to church completely.
Yeah.
And Dutton James actually reintroduced me to Awaken.
Awesome. Very
Oh.
cool.
And the first time I went to Awaken was a year ago on Easter.
Mhm.
That was my first time at Awaken. I was there by myself, just seeing out the environment. And then I started going, and I love the community.
Yeah.
Totally. How much has God changed your life? Like, not even how much better do you feel with God than like before? Because I know for me, like, dude, it's like an amazing jump.
Yeah, I really feel a lot more closer to Christ now, just because of the community I'm with, the way I represent myself now, and just hanging out with the right people, praying a lot more.
It makes you feel so much better too, right?
Being Catholic and then now being Christian, is there like a difference you see?
I mean, yeah, there's a difference in services. Worship is a lot different. So usually everyone sits in the rows and they sing along to the words in whatever Bible book they have. Um, and I was very comfortable with that because it was just like it feels like you're being respectful, like being calm, and
Yeah.
then they'll have a session where you just they have special kneeling pads so you
Yeah.
don't mess up your knees, and so you'll always pray on your knees
Yeah.
during worship, and but it's kind of like in the sense that before everything gets started, like after all the singing and stuff, you shake someone's hand, you say thank you.
Very respectful.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think like seeing you guys, especially, it kind of like makes me realize like how the importance of having like people in your life, especially people that
Totally.
live a Christ way, especially because still I've known you since middle school days, I feel like, and I've known you for quite a bit too. But ever since I've met Jordan, it's been like such a like improvement for me being a Christian too, because of the wisdom you give me, and you're someone that I could call to whenever I'm in need or I'm going through parent troubles or something like that, especially. And you said one thing in one service where you were talking about the importance of having friends, right? And do you remember? Do you think you could like explain it? Because
About my message?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's basically just about your inner circle and choosing wisely who you want to be friends with because it impacts your entire life. And like keeping a distance from people who you don't want to impact your life. And also on the flip side, like making sure you're someone who you would want to be in your inner circle.
Yeah. And that's so important because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go do that, and I sent it to Jor, but the list was like insane. I had like 20 people in my inner and like 30 in my like outer, but then I like was like looking at it the other day, and I'm like, wow, if I were to do it again, there will only be like 10, 15 people, and they're all like Christians. Maybe one or two people maybe in my inner circle that's not wholly Christian, but like it just kind of made me realize that like in order to kind of have relational equity with people, you need to have that mutual respect.
Yeah.
Especially with like Christians, like we kind of understand that what we have to kind of live for.
Yeah. And the more you go closer to God, and you'll get more discernment with choosing friends. So that's exactly what you said. Is like the closer you are to God, the more you're like, oh, maybe I should be friends with that person. That's why your circle got
Yeah.
smaller.
One thing I want to backtrack. I forgot to ask you guys. How did you guys meet?
Oh yeah. So we met at a tailgate after a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
A youth service.
After a youth service, and it was at In and Out, and was sitting in the back of someone's car. I forgot whose
It was
car.
Kenneth's
Ken's
car.
car.
Oh.
and she's on one side of the trunk. I'm on the other, and Kayla's like in between us. And so we met after church, and we're in the car. Not in a car. We're in the back of someone's car, and just talking. We didn't say a word to each other. We were talking about celebrity crushes, I think.
Oh gosh.
Jaheim was there yelling.
Of course,
about,
there you go.
I was there. I remember.
Oh gosh.
Everyone was yelling about Libby Dunn.
Cindy
Oh, God.
Sweeney.
Libby Dunn was huge that
Who's
time.
yours?
Libby Dunn is still huge.
Drew Starkey.
I don't know.
Outer Banks.
I know
Shout out Outer
exactly.
Banks.
Drew Starkey.
And so then we didn't talk. And then during football season, I was hanging out with the twins like before games and stuff, and it always became like an inside joke, like, oh, I'm gonna text Jordan Trask for good luck before my game. And I think it might have been it might have been third or fourth week.
Oh my god, bro.
that I actually did it.
It took you that long to make a move.
And so I texted her.
Hey, did you guys win that week though?
Yeah.
There you
Nice.
go.
There we go.
And then I think it was point. And then when I texted her, it was do you have information for rally night?
Yeah.
But she knew.
So he's a little smooth, a little like
And I was like, wait.
Do you know what's going on for rally night? They're like, yeah, no, I got it too.
And then
something.
She was. I didn't know if she was being nice or not, but she was like, yeah, blah blah blah. But I'm gonna be in Cancun, so I'm not gonna be there. And so I didn't see her there, and I was like, oh, it was great. You should have been there. Blah blah blah.
So you kept it going.
Okay,
Okay.
I kept it
He's asking
going.
about the restaurants in Cancun.
Hey, game is game. Game is game.
And then we eventually saw each other again at a beach connect.
Yeah.
Which I invited him to.
Okay. There you
Yeah.
go. See, you want the guy invited to the beach connect.
And then we didn't talk the entire time.
Seriously?
We didn't talk the entire time when we connected. We looked at each other and were like, hi.
Oh, so
And
it's
then-
kind of like that awkward.
Yeah.
Like,
And then I was like,
you knew the vibe, but you just couldn't get it out.
and then I was like, why don't you jump in the water with us? Mm-mm.
Because it was freezing. It was like April.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
but
California beaches are always so cold.
So
The water
funny.
is so cold.
And then afterwards, I don't remember if it was the same night or the next morning. And then someone texts, and then it keeps going. And then I asked her to homecoming. She said yes. I wasn't even supposed to ask her that day.
You
We just
weren't?
found a chalkboard.
Wait, did you? Oh, okay.
No,
I was about to say. I thought you asked her on text. Like,
On a
whoa.
Sunday night.
Wait, can I share a story
Yeah.
on that?
Sure.
because I was in the car and we were driving up to Sunday service, and it's me, Dutch, and James. You know Dutch; he's been in the podcast a few times. But we're in the car, and Dylan goes, "I think I might ask Jordan to like homecoming," and we all thought you were joking because like you'd make jokes about Jordan, but we didn't know how serious you guys were. So like me, Dutch, and James were like in like flabbergasted. We were in shock. Like everything was going on, and then in the car you were like explaining what you told them now, and we were just like looking around like there's no way this is happening.
Well, it wasn't like I don't remember if it was Dutch or James, but one of them ran up to Jordan and was like, "If Dylan asked you to homecoming right
they
now,
spoiled it.
would you say yes?" And
Okay, but low-key at the same time, it's good they did that.
Yeah,
because if they didn't, bro, and you got rejected, I would never come back to that church ever again, bro.
well,
I'm
I was,
finding a new church ASAP.
Well, I was gonna ask her after one of the games, like that,
Yeah.
because she was coming
Yeah,
next
yeah.
week, but it happened. So
Happens.
Yeah.
How long were you guys talking when it happened?
Chris.
yeah, probably like a
Well,
month.
so
we-
things kind of moved
yeah.
a little kind of quick.
Yeah.
That's good. How long have you guys been dating now?
It was 7 months, gonna be 8
Let's go.
next month on the 5th.
And then, how much have you guys changed each other, like helped each other in a good way? And if there's any negatives, how has that happened? Like, has there been any arguments or like,
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, we've definitely had arguments.
Every couple has arguments. It's
No,
healthy.
totally. And
Yeah.
how have you guys dealt with that as like as
We
Christians?
communicating.
100%.
Yeah,
you, for
I
sure.
think the,
If you,
the only thing like you really need to do is try to like communicate and understand where each other's coming from. I mean, the most important thing of being in a relationship is being able to communicate your side of the story. And the second most important thing is like understand where that person's coming from.
Totally. And then, how have you helped each other grow in your relationship with Christ?
I mean, we're both really good at communicating, but we're even better at understanding. So I mean, like, you know, just how I've been going to high school
Yeah.
and she hasn't. It's like
Different,
it's different because we've grown up with different communities and we have
Totally.
different train of
Totally.
thoughts.
100%.
So when it's something difficult or something like that, something that she doesn't really understand, is something that can be seen differently. It's me. It's not me trying to change her mind or telling her that she's wrong. It's me explaining to her.
just trying to help each other understand each other's point of views.
yeah.
Exactly.
So with
Totally.
the Christ thing,
Mhm.
I would say we always make sure to, when we're like going through something or going through a small argument, we always make sure to get Christ involved.
Totally.
That way, it helps guide us, and we're not
100%.
doing stuff by ourselves.
That's why you guys are working so good.
Yeah.
And like at the outside looking in too, it's just like seeing Dylan's like progression
Oh my
with
gosh.
Christianity
yes, bro.
from when I met him, especially when he even
Freshman
when
year.
he like even when we first met Dylan, like oh my god, cut that out, sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, redo. 3, 2, 1, go. Even when like you first came to church and now it's just like insane, right?
Yeah.
So like Jor, what have not you have done personally, but like how did you sow that seed into Dylan, you'd say? It's a tough question.
I don't know. I just make sure he's at church. If he's not at church, hey, you should have been there.
Yeah, well, she hasn't really like changed me.
Yeah.
She's just like really like
I've been
held me accountable.
That's good. That's
holding him
huge.
accountable. Because I don't change him, God changes him. So
I think that's like important for everyone too, especially like I'm struggling with my parents on that. Like there was a time where I tried to do too much, you know what I'm saying? But like all we could do is sow that seed, and God will take care of the rest too.
And about the communication, I was gonna say, it's like yes, we should communicate, and it's the worst thing you can do is keep things to yourself, because eventually it's gonna come out, and it's gonna blow up. It's not gonna reciprocate well.
Yeah.
Because if you hold things in, eventually it's gonna come out.
100%. It's not in a good way if you hold it in. It just builds up, builds up, builds up, builds up. And it's like a volcano.
And then you end up like
bust everywhere.
you end up just being mad at your partner for no reason.
That's right. Well, actually, I've never been in a relationship. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, no. It's kind of good you don't know though. But it's kind of a lighthearted question. What are like some fun, if you guys have any? What are some fun Christian dates you guys have done? Like,
Ooh.
So
for like the Christian youth out there, like what are some cool dates? Like I know there's like you go to the beach, like have a Bible study. Is there anything fun you guys like to do? Like to grow with Christ together?
we eat a lot.
Eat a
So
lot?
we go out. We get
Me too.
frozen. We get frozen
Yes,
yogurt. We get
bro.
food.
Froyo.
Yes.
a lot of movie nights.
Yes.
At my house.
Yeah.
Froyo and gospel.
There's no such thing as like Christian dates
Yeah,
unless obviously it's like if you're reading the Bible that's a Christian date, but like you can do stuff that other people do, you know. So I would say like movie nights and taco nights.
Yeah, we eat dinner a lot, and
awesome.
I don't know. We're really busy a lot of the time,
Yeah.
so we don't really get to do a lot of fun things that everyone else does. I mean, one of the best dates we've had was Disneyland, and that was like really, like that was like 1 month into our relationship.
Oh dang!
So that was really fun. What else have we done? Not really. We didn't go to Nice. But Legoland was fantastic.
Awesome, bro.
Because who doesn't love Legos?
Okay, is Legoland overrated?
No.
I've never been to Legoland.
Legoland is my Disney.
4th of July fireworks are pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, I want to go to SeaWorld. I want to go to
Knott's Berry Farm.
I want to go to Six Flags.
Six Flags is so fire, bro.
It's
so gas. It's so gas.
I want to go to
Universal.
Universal would be really.
Hollywood, bro.
We're big Harry Potter fans.
Oh, I love Harry Potter.
Okay,
oh my god.
Who's your favorite Harry Potter character?
Well, you gotta go first.
All right, Harry Potter.
Hermione.
Hermione.
Go to Hermione.
Okay, wait.
Hermione's
okay, well, you guys, I want to honor your guys' time, so this will be the last question on Harry Potter. But what house do you think you'll be in the Harry Potter house? We gotta go too.
Yeah, I think I'd be Slytherin.
Would be Slytherin?
I think I might be, just because of like the whole sneak thing.
What about you, Joy?
I don't know. I was thinking, I want to be in Gryffindor.
You'll be a Ravenclaw.
But I was thinking Ravenclaw.
Yeah. I've took those BuzzFeed quizzes, like if you guys know like what house you'll be, but I always like change up my answers so I'll get Gryffindor. But if I honestly do it, I'll probably be like a Hufflepuff. I'm like the leftovers no one wants.
Should I get you a Hufflepuff t-shirt for your birthday?
Maybe. What would you be?
Me personally, I think I'd be Slytherin because I'll slither right in the DMs. No, I'm joking. I'd probably be Slytherin. I think it just matches my profile.
Okay, one more question. They got time for one more because, wrap it up.
Go.
I don't know, you have a question?
I don't have anything else, honestly.
We're
I
at
think
18
we covered it.
You guys want to talk about something?
My best advice, if you're looking to date someone, make sure that they're Christian. Even if they're a little Christian, make sure they believe in your God.
Same values.
Same morals, or else it's not going to work. If you don't have the same values, it's not going to work.
Yeah, because
it might work for a few months, few years, but when you're married, it's not
and then
work.
you raise the kids, and like you both have different values, and the kids come out all funky and like just a whole, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna cause problems way down the line.
Guys, take notes. Take notes. I'm taking notes right now. Take notes.
I think another big thing is making sure you guys are committed to each other because I'm planning on going to college.
Yeah.
After high school, and I don't want to stay in California. I'm thinking somewhere like at least as far as like Utah.
Okay.
And so being able to like stay committed to each other while not seeing each other for months, I think is really big. Just because people tend to get ungrateful and
100%.
Lustful.
Yeah, you don't realize how good you have something until it's gone.
Yeah. So I just like I think it's really important to like be with someone that can understand that you're doing something not for yourself but also for them.
Totally.
And like kind of my last thing is your happiness shouldn't come from the person you're dating. Your happiness should come from God. And if you rely your happiness on the person you're dating and they can't go on a date with you next week and you're free and they're not, it's not going to work out because you have to have happiness outside of your person you're dating, and you have to have a life outside of the person you're dating.
Funny thing is, that's how I found God. I was in a relationship where I was totally just all about her. And that was Jesus right there. No, it was all about her. And then when she left, I was so broken and so alone. But now that I have God, it's so much greater than she was. Not that she wasn't great. It sounds terrible. But that just shows how much like how good God is.
Yeah.
Like God's so much better than that. So once you have both, it's just so amazing.
Yeah, just
I'm
being
happy you
able
guys
to
have
like
that.
have lives outside of each other is
Yeah, and
really
Totally.
respecting each other's time.
it's really healthy.
Yeah.
Hang out with the boys here and there.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Thank you
Alright.
guys so much.
Thank you.
So, we want to respect your time, but we really much want to thank you so much for the time that you have spent with us today. God did.